Okay, so I'm very excited to be with the Reverend Oliver Blease this evening because there's something very exciting happening in Radlett. Tell us more.
There is indeed. So this coming Sunday, the 15th of October, we are opening a brand new church. This is a full redevelopment of the St John's site on Gills Hill Lane. It has been a project in 2 years in the making, but many, many more years planning and preparing. And we went into partnership with Hertsmere Borough Council, and we have finally got a beautiful big new church standing on that site.
And it really is beautiful. I've just nipped up to have a quick look. And something that sort of feels, quite an unusual venture really for a church.
It is unusual. It's in fact, I think it's pretty much unique to build an entire new place. So I've just been preparing the order of service for Sunday, and there's almost nothing available to me to prepare that. So I've had to write the order of service to open a new church building. So yes, it's very unusual. The community of St John's are a passionate, wonderful group, and they wanted to make sure that going forward they would have a building that wasn't just going to slowly decay over time or have to cost money in maintenance, but they wanted to make sure there was a state-of-the-art building there for the whole community to use. So it's already in use by some of those communities. So we have our Tuesday toddler group who are already in. We have brownies meeting there. We have a nursery in every day. And youth club plans on the horizon as well. So I'm really excited about that.
And it really does seem to be, the way forward, doesn't it? That kind of community space, that community hub. And it sounds like that's exactly at the heart of this project.
Absolutely it is, yeah. The hope and the intention for St John's is that it becomes a space that everybody associates with joy, really, and hope. Yeah. And I think we've made a good start on doing that. The building itself is quite unique in that it's a large open worship space, but the vast majority of the time that central space will be used by these other community groups, and it's available for hire and that kind of thing. And we have other rooms dotted around the same site. We also have a huge modern kitchen in there, so I'm very jealous because it's much nicer than mine. So we have this wonderful space that people can rent or that local groups can just use, and the school is right next door, so they will be in there frequently as well. So I'm very excited. It is absolutely a community space.
Yeah, it really feels like it's got a real place in the centre of Radlett. So what's the history? What would have been there before?
So before that was an old church and hall. So in 1953 a church was built there, and these plans were initially made in the late 40s after the war, and lots of people were returning to Radlett, and that area started to grow. More housing was built, and there wasn't a dedicated church for that area. So the community at Christchurch decided to reach out and to build this. Lady Phillimore, who is a generous benefactor, decided to give money as a donation of that piece of land on Gills Hill Lane, and she recommended a church was built there in memory of Archbishop William Temple, who was our wartime Archbishop of Canterbury. And over the years it grew and grew, it developed, and there were many things there. Every time I meet people visiting Radlett who have lived here in the past, they remember either a family baptism there, or going to a play there, or going to visit an event where there was a choir singing, and being part of a youth club in there. Okay. So within just a year or so it had grown into this huge community sort of space. And that's the ethos that we're trying to take forward. That it is a church, we are dedicating it to God, but we are also saying, and we want everybody to be part of it and to enjoy it.
Yeah, and how lovely then to build on that history. And there's housing attached to the church, is that right?
Well, next door, yes. Yeah. So on the same site. Yeah. So our work with Hertsmere Borough Council means that what we've done is provided some land for them to build affordable housing on the same site. And it's been very beneficial for the church because they have also provided us with this church building. So it works really well as a partnership. And on that site there will be 3 houses and 3 flats. Okay. And these will be particularly within the affordable housing bracket. So it's there also reaching out to community in that way as well.
Yeah, so really fitting in with the whole ethos yet again. Yeah, so it really feels like the project has really covered, all sort of angles, really.
Indeed.
Yeah. So Sunday, the big day. Tell us more.
So on Sunday we have the Bishop of the Diocese, Bishop of St Albans, coming to dedicate the church building and various elements of the church building, such as the altar and the lectern and the font where we baptise people. And he is coming to do that along with the Archdeacon of the local area as well. This is a really special service because, like you say, it's unique. It's very rare that it will happen. And we also have invited the Deputy Lord Lieutenant, Hertsmere councillors, and the Chair of Aldenham Parish Council, who is Helen Jones. They will also attend. I'm really excited because the children at the school, our church school, St John's, are currently preparing some music that they would sing for us.
Oh, wonderful.
So they're looking forward to that as well.
Oh, great.
So it will be very much a unique occasion, but it will also give us an opportunity to, for the first time, experience worship in that space, see what it sounds like with all those people gathered together. And it's a real culmination and a celebration of reaching out into the community. The whole ethos has been about love, hospitality and compassion, and this is the first time that we can all get together and show that in a very practical way. And the first hymn that we're going to sing has the refrain, "All are welcome in this place." And that's very much what Sunday will be about.
Wow, it sounds very significant, very historic. That really sort of encapsulating that inclusiveness as well, I suppose, around it. And in a year's time, say, what would a success look like for you?
That's a good question. In a year's time, I'd like to see St John's being really a hub for youth work. So it has this missional outreach in terms of the Christian mission, but it also has a unique geographic positioning. So we're working with a group at the moment to develop a youth club. I would also very much like to see it become more of a focus for local schools to come and use. And we have a number of choirs that have been decamped from our previous church and have been having to hire other places. I'd love to see them coming back to that. I'd also really love to see an interfaith coffee morning, that kind of thing happen. And particularly looking at our Warm Spaces project, which we did last year. It would make sense for us to bring that into this nice, bright, new, modern building, full of modern heating, which is great, but also with this state-of-the-art kitchen and things. So I'd like to see it as a place where we do lots of interfaith work, but also welcome everybody from the community and just associate it as the go-to place for whatever events are happening locally. Oh, well, that sounds absolutely fantastic. And thank you so much for sharing all this exciting news with us. I really wish you all the best for Sunday. And it sounds like it's going to be a fantastic venture going forward. So and there's some more information about sort of how, if people want to use the space for whatever, then there's some contact details as well. Absolutely, yes. So the space is also available for hire. So you're very welcome to call the church office on 01923 859963 or send us an email to radlettchurchoffice@gmail.com, and we're on Twitter @ccsjradlett. Fantastic. Thank you ever so much for your time and all the best for Sunday. Thank you. Thank you.